Everything looks alright.
Welcome to the Gravity Cancel Podcast.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Squeaky Chair Podcast, also known as the Gravity Cancel Podcast.
Mine's squeaky too.
Still not brought to you by Voodoo Ranger. Spancakes, how you doing today?
I'm doing alright, Rox. I feel like it's been ages since we've recorded.
I know. I just had my bed in the background is quite the mess because I just had old Easy E in the Discord spend about a week with me and he slept in this room, so.
Did you sleep with him or did you sleep in your own bed?
I'm going to keep my private life private. Thank you very much.
That's fine. That's fine.
No, he slept in here with my big ass anime body pillow that I was going to put in the background for the podcast until I realized we'd get demonetized.
Oh, is it?
Anyway.
Is it
It's uncensored.
NSFW?
Oh yeah. She's uncensored.
How many times has she been washed?
Very frequently, mainly because my dogs like to sit on it, and this is going to be the grossest thing ever. All right.
Okay.
So the French Bulldog, I love them to death. French Bulldogs have a lot of issues, right?
Yeah, they can't breathe.
One of which, I'm guessing it's the pressure in their face not being able to let air out that kind of pushes it out the other way. And he just likes to give a little Hershey kiss to just everything he sets on. So sometimes he sets on the body pillow, and sometimes I got to throw that bitch in the washing machine. Anyway, we talk about Brawlhalla here on this podcast. So, what you got for us today, Mr. Show Notes Man?
All right, so as always, we'll start with what we're playing because we don't play Brawlhalla as often as we should. For having a Brawlhalla podcast, we don't play it as often as we should. I got a little rant for you, as always. My cat heard you talking about a dog and was like, "What the fuck is this dog talk doing in my house?" Came up and started meowing at me. But
we need to get you a dog, player.
I can't get one because I work too long, man. Like, I can't leave a dog at home for 15 hours a day.
Get your little doggy door in the back. You got a backyard.
Then my cat leaves. I'll never see my cat again.
Put one of those. I am absolutely joking when I say this. I feel like I need to preface it. Put
shot
one of
collar.
those. One of those shot collars that, like, if you pass like a virtual gate, it shocks them.
Yeah, I don't think those are good for cats or dogs, for that matter.
Anything really.
We got some news. Got a little surprise from our favorite guest, Barendipitous. And we're continuing our topic of the podcast with Brawlhalla, ranking it through the years, part 2. As you may have recalled if you listened to the last episode, we ranked 2017/2018 and 2019, and we're going to rank 2020, 2021, and 2022 this episode. Or predict 2022. Not quite rank it yet, because we're only halfway through the year. So first off, Rox, what are you playing?
Playing Destiny 2, per usual. I open up Steam to kind of get a look.
It doesn't change.
Well, no, hold on there. I've also been playing quite a bit of Warzone. Me and the boys have been hopping back in Warzone, frying some cheenies.
I don't understand that reference. So what?
Listen, player. So, the unfortunate thing about my friend group is that we'll say one thing once and beat it like a dead horse for the longest time. The very first thing was calling each other player, and that stuck forever.
It's
never
very
stopped.
evident.
We never stopped, and that's actually a really funny story on how we even got that. But yeah, Nick for some reason, I don't even know where this started, but we'd be playing Warzone. This was like, I don't know, 8 months ago, something like that, middle of COVID. And out of nowhere, we started calling, like, whenever we would call people out, like, there's a team over here on top of a controller or whatever. We'd call them hot dogs. Not sure why.
Okay.
Actually, I do remember what it was. Our buddy Dave, he's got like a 3-year-old daughter, and she just kind of ran up, and we heard on the mic, "Daddy, it's a hot dog." I guess her mom had like made hot dogs or something, and then we just started being like, we got a hot dog on top of control. We got hot dogs. There's hot dogs here, and that lasted forever until Nick just randomly said, "You guys ready to fry some cheenies?" And we were like, "What the fuck does that mean?" He's like, "I don't know."
I thought you said fried cheese at first.
No, fry cheenies.
It sounds racist. You guys probably shouldn't say that.
I don't think it. Well, I guess it kind of does. There's no meaning behind it at all.
No, but you got to admit that it doesn't sound quite kosher.
Sounded fucking fine until you brought that up. But yeah, I've been playing a little bit of Warzone. They just last night released a new. They did a big update on the Warzone map, and then they dropped the new Rebirth Resurgence, which is the better version of Warzone anyway.
I am not up to date at all on Call of Duty or Warzone. Last I knew, Snoop Dogg was fighting Godzilla. That's the last I knew.
Yep. Yep. What have you been playing?
So, I have been playing Killer Queen Arcade again for the first time since 2020. Since like January of 2020. So I've been getting some tippy taps on the only 10-player arcade game in the world, Killer Queen Arcade. And actually, I went to Omaha, won a tournament, got first place, and got this sweet shirt that you can't see.
I was wondering why you weren't bringing that up, or why it wasn't in the show notes.
Well, I knew I would throw it in where we were talking about what we were playing, but it seems like such an eternity ago because it was like 3 weeks ago.
You got so mad at me because because you posted the link in the Discord to like their stream, and it had like 50 viewers, and every time you were up, I'd be like, oh my god. Look at that bald guy on the far right. I bet he's got a huge cock. And then I kept doing it. And then, like, whenever you would leave, I'd be like, yo, bring back that hot bald guy from whatever your team name was. And then you're like, dude, fucking stop. I look up on the. Apparently, they had like a big screen TV in the bar or wherever you were at the venue, and the chat was going.
So I get off the cabinet and I go sit down. And I get my beer, have my beer in hand, and I'm like sitting there sipping, and I look up the stream to see who's playing, and I'm like, oh no. He did not just say that.
And the best part was, it's not like it says Rocks or Rocksters. It's just Gravity Cancel Podcast.
Oh no, it was great. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. We went to the zoo in Omaha, which was really cool. But played a lot of Killer Queen. Found my new favorite arcade game. And I had played it before, but dude, I probably dropped $50 in this game over the weekend. It's called Ice Cold Beer. And what it is...
do some Googling.
It's a... yeah, go ahead and Google it. It's a arcade game, but it's like kind of like pinball-esque. And there's 2 joysticks. And there's one ball, and you like balance it on this crossbar that you can move up and down with the joysticks. Like if you move the right side up, it'll move the right side up, left side up, it'll move the left side up.
Oh, this looks awesome.
And there's some like there's like small holes and there's a light above it. And you have to make it in whichever hole has the light lit. But there's bigger holes that you're trying to avoid. That probably didn't make any sense to anyone, but just check it out. Ice Cold Beer. I think it came out in like the 80s, and I can't remember. I think it was a Tato game. But Ice just remade it, and then someone else is remaking it.
I don't think I posted any pictures of it in the Discord.
No, you didn't. Thank goodness.
Of what?
of the chat.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Oh.
But the tattoo parlor that I went to in Orlando, him's got a tattoo. I can't really angle it in a good way
to
show the camera. But it's Goblin Slayer, because I just fucking hate goblins. But it's a tattoo shop in Orlando that only does anime tattoos. It's X Sad Fam X on Instagram. They're fucking insane. But like I was posting pictures of the inside of the tattoo parlor, and the place is fucking awesome. Like there's like a almost movie screen, like theater screen TV that they're always playing anime on and stuff. But and they've got like 50 grand worth of like anime figures in that bitch.
Oh my!
But
goodness.
the front room, they had just let me bust out the old Z Fold. I watched this not look like anything on the camera, but like this is just a snippet of it. But they had there's like arcade bar around the corner that they've got a good relationship with, and the owners just brought a bunch of arcade machines that they weren't using and shoved them in there, and they're all in like free play and stuff. But one of them was a Ultraman Kaiju Rumble pinball machine.
Yo, really?
Yeah, I haven't played pinball in so long, and that thing was so loud and so fun. But they
that's a new machine. That one came out a couple of years ago, maybe.
There's another one there were a couple that weren't hooked up just yet, but because they had just brought them in the night prior. But there was one that was like, it looked like a Gundam fight machine. Like you sat down in it and it looked like you'd pilot a Gundam. All the signage was in Japanese, so I couldn't really tell you what it was. But
this was in a tattoo parlor.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's so sick.
Oh, dude, this place was awesome.
Yeah, I spent probably 12 hours over the weekend at that arcade. It was a cool arcade. It's Beercade 2 in Omaha. A lot of old school stuff, a lot of new school stuff. Really, really cool place. But other than that, I've been playing Legends of Runeterra. Still playing that, grinding out that, trying to get my rank up on there. But I'm playing like a non-meta deck. The farthest thing from a meta deck you could play.
That's what I do on Yu-Gi-Oh!
It's so fun playing like a deck that no one expects.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing a deck that... are you familiar with like mill decks?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm playing one of those, so I just make them run out of cards.
Yep.
It's so fun.
The thing that I liked doing on... so, I may have talked about this on the podcast, but... Whenever I started playing that Yu-Gi-Oh! The Dual Link or Dual Masters or whatever came out on Steam a few months back, Nick told me about it, and because we were just like in between Destiny and COD and whatever we bounced between, we were just trying to look at some games to play, and he pointed it out, and we hopped on, and we both got like old school starter decks. Whenever you start the game, that's like slow as a fucking snail.
Oh,
like I'm talking like. When you were a kid and went and bought the Dark Magician starter deck at Walmart.
Like, that's what you get.
Yeah, and it's just, like, no skill involved, pure luck, and, like, it's just, like, not anywhere close to meta. Like, that's not even how the game's played anymore. We played a quick match, and he beat me. And he talked so much shit, because he knows that I used to go to, like, regional tournaments and stuff, and that I was really big into Yu-Gi-Oh! So,
so you went out and dumped $50 in the game.
$60 in the game. But I built all these meta decks, and I was like, well, this isn't fair because I'm just going to absolutely, like, I'm going to one-turn kill them every single time. So I made one that I took to a regional tournament like 6-7 years ago, which is
suboptimal.
So like every time they release a pack with Yu-Gi-Oh, there's like 3 different archetypes. Like there'll be all these dudes made out of lava, there'll be these knight dudes, and then there'll be like these little ghost dudes, right? And like each pack has like a set you can collect all of, whatever. But usually there's 1 or 2 that are meta, like one S tier, one A tier, and then just a dog shit deck that no one's ever gonna build. And that was a deck called
that was the
Ghost
deck you
Tricks.
built.
Well, it was a deck called Ghost Tricks, and what they did was they were hand traps, so you would get attacked directly, activate it from your hand, and what they did was like you would place them face down in defense from your hand, and then it would flip like the attacking monster face down defense, and then you would play these like field spell cards to where neither player could attack each other's monsters. You could just attack directly if the other person, all their cards were face down defense. So essentially, someone would try to bust their nut, summon 5 monsters, you'd flip them all face down, lock them down to where they couldn't summon anything else, couldn't flip their cards over, and then you would just keep attacking directly. But what I did was I made a Ghost Trick Exodia deck that was just...
Oh, Jesus.
It was just nothing but hand traps. Oh, you attack... You just summon 5 monsters. All right, you attack once, boom, your battle phase ends because I activate this hand trap. And then just do that over and over again, and every card that wasn't a hand trap that negates an attack is a card that lets me draw cards.
So you just get Exodia eventually.
Yes, and I beat Nick with Exodia, and I have a clip. I think I posted it in the Discord of him going... this big animation happens in game whenever I draw the last piece of Exodia, because he's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you have half your life points. You've not touched me once. We've been playing for 20 minutes.
Yep.
And then the Exodia animation starts, and he just goes, And it doesn't even sound like Nick. He's so shocked. He goes, "How'd you get this guy out?" I was like, "Get fucked."
You'll have to repost that because I don't think I saw it.
Absolutely. I know I have it saved somewhere.
That's something that I think you would really like about Runeterra is, well, one, it's like you can build a meta. I didn't spend any money. I could build probably the top 2 meta decks right now, just from my time played. But the animations are so sick for that game. Like, when each legend levels up, they have a unique animation that happens for each different legend. Anywho, we're not here to talk about card games. Oh,
we're
final
here to talk about Brawlhalla.
The final thing, and it's going to pull me away from Brawlhalla, and it hurts me that the Battle Pass just came out. DNF Duel comes out next Tuesday, and I will stop playing Brawlhalla completely. That's all there is to it.
What is DNF?
It's that anime weeb fighting game based on DFO or Dungeon Fighter Online.
Oh, the one that looks like a ripoff of
it's so
that one
crispy.
fighter game that lasted like 6 months.
Grand Blue Fantasy Versus.
No, the other one that lasted like 6 months.
You gotta be more specific. That's every single.
The one that I bought.
Oh, Guilty Gear Strive? No, Guilty Gear Strive's still going strong, relatively.
Let's see here. Guilty Gear
Season 2 just dropped, or is dropping soon. And
Steam
they're getting
numbers.
About 2,000.
Last 30 days, average players 2,700.
Yeah, man, they're doing great.
Looks dead to me, player. Looks dead to me.
That's a rant for a different day, and that's why I hate people saying Brawlhalla's dead or dying whenever it drops to like 15k. Like, you guys don't have a fucking clue, man. But speaking of rants, I have a rant for you, Rox.
Hit me with it.
Smurfing, but not why you think I have a rant about it. Okay?
Go on.
I am so tired of people acting like Smurfing is keeping them from ranking up, or it's such a problem that it's ruining the game. You know, and you bring up Guilty Gear Strive. There's 2,700 people on it, any given time. But Guilty Gear Strive came out last year. Go play a fighting game that came out in like 2014, 2015 when Brawlhalla came out. That has like 50 players. And you're going to get your ass clapped 7 ways to Sunday by every goddamn player because they're not Smurfs. They've just been playing so long. And you have these people that are just hard stuck silver, hard stuck gold, and they just have game experience. And they're going to beat you because you just started the game.
So, I'm going to tell you why you're wrong and why that's completely irrelevant.
Okay.
So, same thing, motherfucker, if I hop onto a goddamn COD 4 lobby on a fucking Xbox 360, it's going to be nothing but people who, for some reason,
Are still
never
playing that
upgraded,
game?
are still playing that game, or hackers. Of course, whenever you're playing a fighting game that only has 50 active players, you're not playing Smurfs, you're playing sweats who are obsessed with one single game. That makes sense. Whenever I'm playing the most played fighting game, I would say the most played fighting game, at least on Steam anyway. And I am in 1400 ELO, and my highest ELO is 1660 right underneath plat.
Oof.
And I get knocked all the way down to high 1400s, low 1500s, and I'm matching people who are no skin blue Mordexes with no frame, no emblem, like literally just a brand new account, and they are 3 times better than you are.
Yes, I'm not saying they're not a Smurf.
It's real fucking annoying.
I'm not saying they're not there. I'm just saying they're not keeping you from progressing. They're not ruining the game. Like, if you can't handle an L, like, you won't last in any fighting game by getting smacked around by someone that's been playing the game for 3 years. I guess the fact that there's an elo system kind of ruins that argument to a degree, because like other fighting games really don't have, other old fighting games don't really have an active elo system per se. So like no one's a Smurf because everyone plays against each other.
It's just luck of the draw who you go up against.
Yeah, and like, dude, I hopped into Guilty Gear Plus R whenever they released the rollback patch, and there were probably Well, when they released it, there were probably a couple hundred players. And, like, I lost 70 games in a row. Like, 70 games in a row. And I still kept playing. And eventually I got a win or two. But, like, dude, if you get frustrated after facing 2 Smurfs out of 100 matches, and maybe it's more than that, 2 Smurfs out of 20 matches in, a lower rank, get over it, man. It ain't ruining the game. God. These kids just, they don't understand fighting games, man.
Old man yells at Sky.
Old man yells at Sky, as always. All right, that's my rant for
I like these new rants that we've added.
It's fun. It's fun. It's I like it because either we're polar opposites on it, or we're both just like going in on the same thing.
Yep. I unfortunately I don't have a rant this week.
You'll have to think of one for next time. Next time.
Wait, hold on. I did have a rant. Oh, what was it?
Oh, I got a rant. I got another rant for you. People who buy the battle pass on day one, you fucking nerd.
Stay mad. How about that? You ever think about that? Just stay mad. Listen, I bought the Founders Pack. I had 4,000 coins. What was I going to do with 4,000 mammoth coins?
I don't know. Not buy 85 tiers of the battle pass.
The funniest part is I recorded that whole thing. So that's going to go up on YouTube right before this podcast because I got you so good.
Dude, I was so hyped.
We were just going to play. I wanted to record a little video of us like talking about the battle pass and you were just like, let's just play. But I secretly recorded and I'm like, I wonder how many gems you have to collect to get to tier 85. And I was like, and it's right there on the screen that I'm purchasing right over 1,000 of them. And you were like, I don't know. I was like, it's probably like 1,000. You're like, no, probably not. And you're sitting there doing the math. And as you're saying the math out loud, it's just my screen. I don't know if you've ever seen somebody buy the battle pass, but it's just like 5 minutes straight of the gems piling in.
Dude, you gotta
that's
add
just
the
popping off.
You gotta add the thinking, which is the emote. Whatever the emote, the thinking one is, when I'm like mentally doing the math.
The one that has a calculator and stuff. Yes.
Yeah.
And then I was like, hey, I've got enough coins to buy up to the first tier that has a color. Who do you think my first color is? And you were bitching that I was gonna buy 2 tiers to get my first color.
Yeah.
You're like, why would you spend 60 mammoth coins on that? And I was like, just guess who you think I'll get. And you guessed
Nash.
You guessed Nash. And then I was like, oh my god, no way. And I locked in Nash with the color. And we were playing whatever the new, like, the Fabled City Scuffle, which is terrible, by the way.
Oh, it's horrible.
Not my cup of tea. But I locked in and you're like, I can't believe I guessed that right. And then next I was like, ooh, I've got enough to buy one more color. Who do you think it's going to be? And I can't remember who you guessed, but I go, ooh, I got Ember. And then I locked in the Battle Pass Ember, and you were just like, God damn it.
It was good, man. That was really good. That was your peak comedy right there.
Peak comedy.
All right, on to not news yet. So Serendipitous, episode 5 guest, our first guest, right?
Yep.
Serendipitous is, I don't know if he's just unhappy with BMG or if he's just trying to be a voice for the people, but he's doing a little survey here called Codename Project Hugin.
So Baron is definitely not the type of person to complain. But he's just very active on. I mean, if given a good reason, of course, he'd speak up. But bless you.
It wasn't cold, but
Huh?
it's all right.
That's fine.
You gotta clean up. Just so you know.
You gotta calm down, Rax.
Listen,
I've
it's
been
just
chasing a bug. I need you to clean up.
it's just like a beer can in the floor. Listen, Ethan wrecked this place. You're lucky it's as clean as it is.
You know what?
Fine.
So, welcome to episode 29 with special guest Wesley.
Yes. With special guest glass of wine.
Ooh, nice.
What were we talking about? Oh,
Baron Dipidus.
So Baron, very active on Twitter, and Twitter's nothing but a bitch fest.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit. Like, did
That's
that
why I avoided
Nickelodeon
it,
fighting game come out full time yet? Like, is it completely out?
Yeah, it's been out for like almost a year now.
Oh, I'm sorry, not the Nickelodeon one, the cartoon
Multiverses?
one. Yeah.
No, it comes out next month, I believe. Early next month.
Oh, because I was about to talk mad shit about it because everyone was like, "Oh, Brawlhalla's dead. This game's so much better." And then I was going to be like, "Well, I've not heard shit about it now, but if it's not out yet, that makes sense."
No,
But
it's gonna get massive numbers like week 1, week 2, and then it's just gonna dwindle over the next couple months.
it's more of like Baron kind of trying to take just a blanket or like a net and cast it over all the complaints and then average them out and see what the real complaints are, what the maybe like the seasonal tilted complaints and like the
Yeah.
genuine interest on what people want, and then kind of like making it more focused. So taking an absolute dog shit feed of hate and bitching and turning it into something more constructive, which is very commendable.
Oh yeah, it's like plating trash scraps, and trying to make it look presentable.
Mm-hmm.
Did you you took the survey, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's for everyone who hasn't done it. There's a Google Docs form, and we'll post it in the description. But there's probably, it took me about 10 minutes maybe.
Yeah, it's very in depth and it's very.
It's good.
well
It's
thought out.
really good. There's about 20 questions that are like strongly agree, strongly disagree, or neutral. And you go through those, and then a list of like features, and it's like how important are they? Don't care at all the way up to most important. A bunch of features, and then kind of like an open-ended questions. And it ends with, if you could add one feature to Brawlhalla, what would it be? Do you remember what you answered on that one, Rox?
I think it was the customizable legend.
Jesus Christ, of course you did. The one
What?
thing that would add nothing to the game.
Are you stupid? What do you mean? What do you mean that would add nothing to the game? That would go from being capped out at fucking, how many legends we got? 54?
54.
Some shit like that. Count.
Yeah.
Probably a million different combinations, like legitimately a million. You want Jiro's stats on
No, there's-
Linfei's skin with fucking Zariel's gauntlets and Rayman's guitars? Built.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's... all right, BMG, pack up your bags, go home. We never need to create another legend again. It would get so boring so fast.
No, it wouldn't, because a new legend would be, instead of let's say your character, let's say you're just like diehard core. You like core stats, so you build around core. It would literally add build crafting to the game. You are off your motherfucking rocker, because let's say you like core stats the best, but you don't like gauntlets and hammers. So you're like, I like sword, I like bow. So now you've got all these different swords you can use, all these different bows you can use. So now you've got your custom-built legend, and boom, a new sword orb legend comes out. Holy shit, there's a new sword that I can add to my core build that I use, if I like it. Or that new legend has new stats, and you build your legend, you build craft off of that legend stats. What do you mean it would add nothing to the game?
It ruins the competitive integrity of the game.
No, it doesn't. Explain yourself. Explain it. Explain how that ruins the competitive integrity.
If I go into a ranked match and someone's playing create a character Zol with Yumiko's hammer and like, I don't know, Taro's axe, like, well, how can I expect that? It's like Switchcraft. It's literally Switchcraft.
No, you can literally set it up. Okay, you're matching each other, and it shows you your little cards with your cute little frames and stuff. It shows Yumiko, and then underneath it, it has a hammer, and it has, whose hammer did you say?
I said like Zol with Yumiko's hammer.
Oh, Zol with Yumiko's hammer. So it shows Zol, and then it shows it shows a hammer down at the bottom with Yumiko's face underneath it, and then shows an axe with Taros' face underneath it. So you know, okay, this is a Zol with Taros' axe and Yumiko's hammer. Boom. And then also, there's
as long as it's not in ranked or tournaments, that's all. As long as it's not in ranked or tournaments, let the casuals have their fun.
It absolutely needs to be. It needs to be. And look at competitive Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering, Legends of Runeterra. All that is build crafting. You can be running the same exact deck
because it's decks. It's decks of cards.
And Dex is a stat in Brawlhalla. Case closed.
Oh my goodness. All right, so we had all these other excellent features like new regional servers. I
don't get any benefit from that. Throw that in the trash. Fuck that.
So I picked updated in-game tutorial new player experience because that absolutely needs to be taken care of to teach people how to play this game.
Yeah, I remember you made me play through the tutorial and I was like, what the fuck is this?
It's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. There's some other good stuff in there. It's kind of weird because it's like some of the features are very like minimal and some of them are like, well, of course BMG can't do that right now. But yeah, it's a good little survey and there's rewards. So Baron's giving away like a bunch of viewership rewards. He's giving away one of each Street Fighter skin, a couple of other things. And July, I think it's the first week of July, he's ending the survey and gonna do a little giveaway. So
I am very excited for the results.
I am too. I hope he does a really good statistical, which he will, like a really good statistical write-up on it. And I hope he gets a really good turnout, you know? If you only have 50 people do this, it's not going to provide a really good pulse on the entirety of the Brawlhalla community. But you get a couple hundred people, it's going to have some weight to it.
I think you'll be spread. Baron's got like 15K followers on Twitter, bro.
Yeah, no, I always forget that like Twitter's just this massive cesspool of Brawlhalla degeneracy. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see those results. So on to news, Rox. On to news.
On to news.
You ready for this?
Yep.
Mid-season championship 2022, the first LAN since what was it, BCX 2019 probably?
That sounds right.
Because I don't think they did. Yeah, BCX 2019. Did you get to catch any of it?
Yeah, I watched a good portion of it. I watched a lot of the finals and everything. I cannot tell you who won though, because I've already forgotten. But it was. Wait, hold on. Let me think.
Go ahead.
Who was it?
It was Luna. Oh my gosh!
Did you just drop the spoiler on me while I was having?
You said who was it? I was answering.
Yeah, I
your
was
question.
talking to myself. I was trying to have a Jimmy Neutron brain blast over here. You're like, here's the answer. Snape dies.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. Who do you think it was?
Luna.
Good job. Good job.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
it. Luna took first place. Mostly played Thor. This is probably the whole reason we got this massive orb nerf. Meg D, Fiend, Machete, and everyone's favorite, Sandstorm tied for 5th.
Sandstorm did really good for being not playing.
I actually didn't see him play other than I think it was a not pools match. It was a. Did they do pools? I guess it was technically pools. A match against Boomy, and it wasn't like part of the bracket, so that was the only one I saw.
Boomy played some of the best fucking orb I have ever seen.
Boomy's insane.
Speaking of Boomy, did you see that he had quite a few complaints on Twitter about the mid-season championship?
No.
All right, I got it pulled up here. GG's to everyone I fought. Massive respect to all players playing through all the issues. Sadly, MSI was by far the worst event I've ever attended. Some issues are partly excusable, like monitors being 144 hertz. Who the fuck gives a shit? Everyone's playing on the same shit. But amount of completely ridiculous things that happened is insane. Number 1, Burger King foot lettuce. Do you remember that meme from like a decade ago?
Yeah.
Maskless cameraman slammed into my chair mid-game versus Sandstorm. Unforgivable. Wasn't allowed
What?
to have water the entire set versus Hardy MJ. Specifically that fight, I guess. Maskless production came right behind my monitor. Game 5 versus Luna to adjust the trophy? Question marks. 4 arrived first to the venue but was kicked off the setups because there weren't enough setups for everyone to play on. Vividly heard every voice comm made by everyone we played in 2v2. Consistently flashed in the eyes by production lights. Schedule was changed spontaneously with no communication multiple times. Was called to play top 8 during an allocated 1 hour break before top 8. Multiple players every day entered the venue without COVID status or bags checked. For all the hype, this event was an enormous letdown. I am extremely disheartened about the future.
It sounds like he doesn't like COVID, man.
Sounds like he's a little salty. A little salty
A
spittoon.
little salty. Do you think all that was just like he was just writing down everything that he could think of just because didn't do so hot?
I'm here to report on the facts, not state my personal opinions.
I'm here to throw some shade. That's what I'm here to do.
Well, since we just threw a little bit of shade towards Boomy, guess who's probably going to be the next guest on the podcast?
Boomy. No, I don't mean anything, Boomy.
BCX 2022, we're going to be there.
Wait, we're not done talking about this yet. So,
Oh, okay, go on.
Sandstorm. I'm really not sure, like, where his mind went after BCX, because like his Twitter was kind of all over the place. Like, he kind of sounded happy about the most recent patch notes. He's all over multiverses, of course. Stupid platform nerds. He talked about playing Guilty Gear on keyboard. Like, is he going to dabble in Guilty Gear now? Man. But, yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll see more of Sandstorm in the future. I hope he sticks around. I hope he plays in the summer and fall championships. And obviously he'll play at BCX, right? He has to.
Of course.
Speaking of which, go ahead, Rox.
We're going to BCX, baby.
Maybe. You're going, I might be going.
Hold on. I feel like on the podcast while we're recording is not the time for you to spring that it's a maybe now on me. It's a definite.
The PTO request is in. I told my supervisor I will not be here on these days. And you have about 3 weeks to tell me not to buy my plane tickets. Because come next paycheck, I'm buying plane tickets.
Imagine having to buy a plane ticket. Imagine not just driving the whole way. Like a man. How many hours is that? 30 hours?
It's like, no, yeah, it's probably 34.
Sheesh. Just drive it, bro.
Well, I might be driving, pending some other circumstances. Yeah, BCX 2022. It is in person in Atlanta, and we are so excited. Details can be found at start.gg/BCX.
If you get tickets, I still think you can get the
no, you can't, Rox. No, you can't.
You can't? You can't?
The jersey cutoff was 2 days ago, so you don't get the jersey, but you
But
still
I got the
get...
jersey, so fuck you.
I got the jersey too. You can still get the swag bag, which has at least a commemorative shirt, wristband, pin, and signature card, as well as we're going to get a new metadev, dude. A new metadev skin. And we'll actually get physical cards. We got Brawlhalla last year, right?
Yep.
Onyx.
Azoth.
Azoth is a good guess. Azoth's a really good guess.
I feel like all the metadevs are like earlier legends. Have we
What
had
if-
them? Oh, we had metadev Fate.
Yeah, what if they don't announce it till like day of, and it's a new legend that they drop a metadev for? Ooh, that would be sick. That would be sick. So before we get into, I kind of want to switch it up a little bit because the last news topic is going to take shorter than the third news topic I had. Heatwave 2022. We don't know when it is, but what we do know is the 2 new skins that we're getting.
What?
Oh, you haven't seen them yet?
Let me get on the Brawlhalla
Nope. Oh,
website.
I got it for you. It's not on the Brawlhalla website. They got leaked.
Are they in the game files?
No, I don't think so.
That's usually how they get leaked.
They did. I think they did announce it on one of the streams. So, do you see that, Rox?
Bruh.
Yeah.
Bruh.
A like Subnautica style Lucian.
Which
And-
is probably the coolest skin I've ever seen in the game.
It's sick, and I think the bubbles inside of his helmet actually move.
Ooh, that'll be cool.
And a Davy Jones Vrex, like straight out of some like Cthulhu.
He's got the little tentacle mouth.
Yeah, straight out of some like Cthulhu / Pirates of the Caribbean looking ass.
Actually, bro, it's pronounced Cthulhu. I'm gonna need you to pronounce it correctly.
Cthulhu, your Lord and Savior.
Yeah, bro.
So yeah, Heatwave 2022. We don't know when it's going to be. Typically, it's like this week of the year, but it's gone as late as like mid-July. So we'll see when we get it. I'm just looking forward to Brawl Daddy Isaiah. That's all I'm looking forward to.
Is that the one with the grill?
The grill? Yeah, and the mustard ketchup blasters.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I'm so hyped for that one. All right. This is a pretty big patch, so I don't want to get super in-depth with it, but I do want to go over all of it to some degree. So, let's just start. You want to start with the Battle Pass stuff?
Hell yeah.
Battle Pass Season 6. Enter the Fangwild. What do you think, Rox? How does this hold up as far as a Battle Pass goes?
I really like it. The Ragnar skin, the level up skin, is one of the coolest level up skins in my opinion. I feel like Mordex wasn't all that cool.
Mordex was cool because of the base skin. That's why Mordex
Yeah,
was
the
cool.
base skin was, you go from a werewolf man to a dilf, People are going to flock toward it. But the Ragnar skin is awesome, especially the weapons.
Yes. I actually like level 2 of that skin the best.
Let me get a look at it. Yeah, I think, level 2 probably. It depends on how the pink, the flowing part of the level 3 shades with the colors.
Yeah.
The podium is fantastic. In fact, I like the first podium the best. But the sidekicks, this is one of the best lineup of sidekicks ever. The Beetle is the size of a Mack truck.
It's massive.
It's awesome. I absolutely adore the loading frame. The jumping back on the pillow, the mushroom, and the cute little swing emote.
Dude, I love
adorable.
the swing one. The swing one is massive too. It's so big.
Mm-hmm.
And like we don't have many different emotes that like move your character during the emote. So you could actually like use that in a match to your advantage.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if I'm sure does it move your hitbox?
Oh, it has to, right?
I would assume so.
We'll have to test that out.
One really cool addition that I really liked was the emoji skins added to it. The only thing I hate about that, I hate whenever battle passes add like new things that previous battle passes didn't have. So like we're never gonna get like best girl Aurora Bryn
Right.
Emoji set. But those are cool. The weapons are really cool. The dust skin is gnarly. Mushroom Raiden. I think that's what I called him last night.
Yeah, Mushroom Raiden. You don't like the Arcadia skin though, do you?
I was going to save that for last. Yeah, the Arcadia skin it kind of looks a little too close to the base skin in my opinion. Like it looks like a mix of the base skin and the base skin and the one that we didn't get. Oh wait, no, you got
I
two
got
of the
them.
skins. The beetle skin, the beetle armor skin.
Yeah, I don't get those vibes, man. I like it. It's simplistic.
I mean, listen.
Queen Arcadia don't need much.
I don't have to like every single thing in the game.
What about the weapons,
You gotta have your
dude?
preferences. I love the weapons.
Dude, the weapons are clean.
Mm-hmm.
Those katars are gonna look disgusting on the Battle Pass Nye skin.
Mm-hmm.
The spear, like it's got almost a skull on the tip of it. Oh, it's so clean. And the gauntlets, man. I love those gauntlets.
Mm-hmm. And then the knockout effect is really nice. It gives me like old Disney villain vibes.
Yeah, it's so good. Scarlet Skin's pretty good.
Why the fuck is that not a Yumiko skin? Not specific that look, but why the fuck is Scarlet here? Why is Yumiko not here? It's so bizarre.
I have no good
lore-wise,
reason.
why the hell is Scarlet here?
But typically, there's a legend that really doesn't fit. You know what I mean? Like, Onyx really didn't fit the Exalted Lion thing.
Why?
Or not Exalted Lion, the space one. Sorry, the space one.
I was like, in my head, I was like, wait a second.
No.
Onyx absolutely fits in that
No,
one.
not
And then
that
I was
one.
like, oh, wait a second. No, that was the space one. You're right.
Like, why is Onyx in space?
I'm
not complaining because it's one of the sickest skins in the game.
It absolutely is. I guess the last two things to really bring up in the Battle Pass. The Ember Skin, which I absolutely love, because you look at like the base skin colors. She's got like mushroom brown hair, and she's got those like eye lines, like bags under. She looks like a gilf, my man. She looks like a grandma that I would take down. You know what I'm saying? Love it. Hot as hell. Takes colors. I'm basically. I mean, it's a beautiful skin, and then also the universal color scheme. All the colors for this battle pass, I absolutely love.
It's what you wanted. You wanted a green skin that wasn't, or green color that wasn't OG.
Yeah, which I mean, I still would rather have like you look at, let's see here. You look at the Mountain Dew skin, and it's a very specific green and black, but I want more of like V2 colors, but green. Like
okay, yeah.
But which I'm not. You are correct that this is exactly what I wanted. I wanted another green that wasn't OG, and I absolutely love it. Like,
yeah, I think
like in my head, I didn't even have this thought up like as a possibility.
It's gonna take well on a lot of skins because it's kind of tame, and then you're gonna have some skins that it really just pops on.
And the thing is, I'm going through like all of my legends right now. There's not a single one that really looks bad.
No, yeah, I don't think any of them look truly bad. It's kind of the synthwave type thing, right? It looks good on everything, but there's certain skins where it really pops.
Shines.
As we alluded,
the Ragnar skin. Sorry to cut you off. That came with the battle pass in that color. He looks like he's made out of wood.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Tree dragon. Let's go.
Dude, I bet it looks so good on Elven Hollow Zol from Luck of the Brawl. I bet it looks amazing on that skin.
Give me just a second and I'll tell you.
While you're
Pop
doing
into
that,
training mode.
you'll have to go to Image Render because
you're
you'll
right.
pull it up in training.
It's weird that you can't pull up the
I know.
skins.
Fangwild Scuffle. It's a very shitty game mode. It's a 6-player free-for-all. The map is cool as fuck, man. The map is sick. But
the map is beautiful.
The game mode sucks. Was I right? Did it take well?
Holy God. I'm posting it. It looks nasty. And then this right here, I'll post the original too.
It's so subtle, but so good.
Welcome to the Welcome to the visual.
Welcome to
section
the
of our audio podcast.
You can't see what we're talking about. Oh, it looks so much better than the original. So
the original has like Easter vibes.
Yeah.
But this one looks like this motherfucker just came out the woods. This is the Green Knight, and he's about to beat your ass. Have you watched that movie, The Green Knight?
No, I haven't.
King Arthur legend movie.
I haven't.
It's one of those that it's made by the same people that are the same like studio, the A24 or
Oh yeah.
whoever did like Midsummer and stuff. And you could kind of feel like I'm a big King Arthur lore fan, and it felt like it was trying a little too hard to be one of those movies that you really have to think about, you know?
And it wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah, it really wasn't.
That's unfortunate. Speaking of A24, did you see Everything Everywhere All at Once? I think we've talked about this.
Everywhere All at Once.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I've not watched it, but I'm trying to get an idea of what.
You need to watch it. Just go into it cold and watch it. It's feel good. It's thoughtful. It's funny. If you like
actiony.
If you like Kung Fu Hustle and like Kung Pao, those style movies, plus like a really deep, thoughtful movie, it's so good.
What was I supposed to say? Oh, have you watched the new Nick Cage movie about Nick Cage playing Nick Cage? I haven't either, but I really want to watch it.
I'll check it out after a few voodoos.
That'd be the perfect time.
So they went back and readjusted the sound adjustments. Thank goodness. It sounds way better than it did before.
Still didn't notice the difference.
Really?
Yep.
It was
Still didn't notice the difference.
So bad, man. They're still going through and adjusting different legends. And they'll eventually get it all fine-tuned. It was pretty bad. The two big things outside of the balance stuff, or three big things, I guess. Four kind of big things, actually. I'm just going to keep adding to that number. Thrown weapons, they graduated that test feature, so now they despawn faster and they have less bounce, which is a welcome change. It's pretty difficult now, unless you're right next to your opponent, to throw and pick up your weapon. And then they graduated that wall slip test feature where you have to take action within nine actions. You have to attack the player or get back to stage. You can't just stall on the wall forever.
I don't have much to say about it, but I like it.
Yeah, they're good changes. They feel like they make the game less passive. From a like
and that
people
is
don't just
always
hug
a welcome thing.
Yeah, people don't just hug the wall. They can't just keep jumping in the air. They updated the tournament map set, but what's interesting here, and I didn't notice this till just now. So there's always been a 3v3 map set, but they added a tournament 3v3 map set.
See, I guess I was reading that, but I guess it's just for like anything that's like 8 players or more, or like 8 player stuff.
Right, but if you're making a 3v3 tournament map set, why are you doing that? Are they intending to maybe dabble with a 3v3 mode as competitive?
I don't know. I would be down to see it. I mean, we don't have friends, but you know,
Well,
it's hard enough to get the two of us to play a player.
Yeah, that's a fact. I've been playing with Nova a little bit. Whenever our schedule matches up, man, dude, I've like really stepped my game just sparring with him the few times I have, and he's not. We're pretty similarly matched as far as skill level goes. It's just like that analysis that happens whenever you play with someone multiple times, that like carries over to your regular gameplay. All right, patch notes. We're not going to deep dive into these. I'm not going to throw numbers out. Axe. It got a nerf. I know you don't like that.
Feels slower than molasses, player.
Yep, so they nerfed Sidelight and Side Air. Cannon got a buff to Sidelight, increasing the stun, and to tell you the truth, I can't tell a difference. People are still jumping out of it. Maybe I just need to lab it more, but like, it doesn't seem like it's the change it needed. It might need even more stun. It needs some different changes. People should not be able to jump out of it as easy as they do.
So I've not played around with Cannon, but one thing that I have noticed is Katars feel a lot better. Like I was telling you, I played like 3 or 4 matches with Ragnar the other night, and I would say 3 out of 4 of those matches I preferred. I kept Katars longer than Axe, which is unheard of for this guy.
And this is like I think the 3rd patch in a row, or maybe they skipped one, but it's gotten buffed like 3 times recently.
It needs it.
I think it's in a really good spot right now. I thought it was really close before. It might be not too strong right now, but it's on the stronger end. They buffed recovery and they buffed the down air, and the down air is pretty devastating, like to people that get stuck in the vortex.
Mm-hmm.
Gauntlets.
I'm one of those people.
Have you played Gauntlets?
Yeah, they feel about the same.
The only thing they changed was ground pound, so, which is a pretty big part of the kit, I guess. Mm-hmm. But they changed the maximum threat coverage on that and nerfed the recovery time and decreased damage. So they like touched pretty much everything on it. Greatsword got some lovin', and I could not tell the difference. To be fair, I only really played it in 2s, so like that's not the place to get a feel for how Greatsword it actually is now.
Yeah, it's definitely a 1v1 weapon.
Yeah. So the side opener got a buff, side bridge got a buff from down opener and neutral opener. Down bridge got a buff from neutral opener and side opener. Side air got a buff, and recovery got a buff. The recovery buff is great. You either killed me or like almost killed me from an inadvertent recovery. The side air, that's it. I noticed that one. They decreased the time to hit on that, and that move is really good, but it's very punishable. So I'm glad they did that. I'm just gonna have to play around with the links and see how they actually feel.
I got you.
Hammer, nerfed to the ground.
Good, that's where it deserves to be.
I think it got over nerfed, to be quite honest. Not from this patch necessarily, but just from like where it started and the last 2 nerfs that it had. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna say it's unusable now, but you're gonna have to work with it, especially with now you have to play on stage more because of the wall slip change. They nerfed the downlight, nerfed side air, and nerfed recovery. Whew! Okay, Rox, hit me with the next one. Orb.
Oh, we've reduced the damage on orb, neutral light, and down air. Let's see here. Relatively safe pokes during neutral game. We have also increased the recovery time on the orb side light. Neutral air attacks for greater risk given their role as combo string starters. Would you say this is more of a buff or a nerf?
Oh, this is a nerf
Kind of
all
a mix of
around,
both.
man.
Is it?
Decreased damage, increased recovery time, and increased recovery time.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's a nerf all around. No buffs.
I was just really quick. I saw decrease, increase, decrease, and then as you said that, I was like, oh, increased recovery time. Oh,
no buffs, all nerfs, unnecessarily nerfed.
I don't understand why it got nerfed.
Because Boomy and Luna played Orb Legends at midseason. No, I know they've been working on this for a while, but it's not like it's been performing well. I've never, almost never met an Orb player that I'm like, oh shit, like I can't beat this. And I don't think, based on Brawlhalla stats or Brawlhalla stats, that it's actually performing well. I think you and I can both get behind this one. Scythe nerfs.
Why is it only 2 nerfs? Why is this not like 10 paragraphs long?
Because this is what it needed. This is truly what it needed. Increased recovery time on recovery by 3 frames is pretty significant. So when you're off stage, if you manage to dodge their recovery, you're going to be able to punish them, and they've already burned their recovery, so they're not going to be able to make it back.
Okay.
And then ground pound, increased recovery time. I think it could have been. They probably could have used one more nerf to it, because like recovery or ground pound on scythe. I mean, it's got such a narrow hitbox that I almost never get killed by it. But I understand people have issue with it.
Mm-hmm.
And sword, small nerf, increased recovery time on hit, or time to hit on recovery, and increased recovery time on miss. So overall recovery nerf.
So
and
essentially, that first part means like whenever there'll be less of like
you'll have more startup. So
like,
it'll,
you know how there's shit.
Good.
You know how there's like shit in the game where like Azoth's signatures are really bad for it, where you think it can no longer harm you, so you go in to punish it, but it's still active.
That's the recovery time.
That, but for the recovery on sword, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Increased time to hit. I'm learning all these fancy fighting game.
Well, okay, no,
things.
It's on the front end of it. So time to hit it's a longer startup before it has active frames. So
Gotcha.
it doesn't come out as soon. Therefore, it should be easier to dodge out of downlight recovery.
I gotcha.
And then the recovery time on miss. So if they miss the attack, it'll take longer for them to be able to act out of it. A whole bunch of legend changes, and we'll just go over the ones that we find interesting, because forget our listeners. No, the only one that really stuck out to me, well, two.
I really
Wushang.
like the Hattori's down sword travels faster.
Yes,
because I feel like that was such a dog shit signature.
It needed that for sure. I like the change to Lucy and Qatar down sig. It makes it a really good weapon threat, or ledge guard threat.
Mm-hmm.
Good for Mordex nerfs. Good for Moonin nerfs. Man, your Petra just keeps getting fucked with, dude.
I know.
So side Gauntlet, which is it's a good signature, got nerfed, and side Orb got nerfed, which I didn't even. It's a good sig, but is it that good? I don't know. Not whenever you have Arcadia over here just slapping out the super Kamehameha.
It's literally a shit version of Arcadia's. But Arcadia's does take a while to charge up.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just throw it up. Like some certain space-faring cunt. Artemis.
Man, and your Wushang got nerfed too, dude. He got
Doesn't
damage
matter. I'll
nerfs.
still pop off with Wushang.
Yeah. Damage nerfs on 3 of the 6 SIGs. And a recovery time nerf. Now here's the one that really threw me for a loop. Zol got buffed. Axe and side cannon both have less recovery time. And side axe now has more force.
I don't get it.
That move already kills like really early, especially if you have low defense.
Do you
I
have
don't
an
know.
explanation for it?
I don't. Overall, though, I like this balance patch as a whole. As taking everything into consideration, I think it's a good move. I think everything had almost everything had some validity to it, and I think it's going to enhance the viability of some weapons and make people think twice about playing others.
Yeah, I don't always love their weapon balancing, but every time that they graduate a test feature, it's always kind of good.
Exciting. It's always exciting.
The wall slip and the thrown weapons, fantastic.
Both of those are really good. And I don't think it's not graduated yet, but it probably will be. With the new tournament map set, the weapon spawns are closer to the center of the map.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, they did include that. The weapon spawn locations on these maps have been moved closer to center stage and lower to the ground. So that's another great change, because you can't just like hang out on the ledge and hope a weapon spawns near you. Or grab it if it does spawn near you. Okay, Rox. That's all we got for news.
I was breezing through real quick, seeing if there was anything else, like in the bug fixes, that was anything worth talking about, but it does not look like it.
And I think that will wrap up the news for us. So,
that was the topic of the podcast.
As we had talked about earlier and last podcast, we are going to continue ranking Brawlhalla through the years. So we made it through 2019, or through 2020. No, we made it through 2019. So we got 2020, 2021, and 2022 left. So we'll just go over 2020. You want to hit me with 2020? Because I am tired of talking about balance patches.
Yes. So just to kind of start off, 2017 plus 2018, I gave a 7.5 out of 10. You also gave a 7.5. 2019, I gave a 6. You gave a 7.
Yeah, so we're at 15 and 13 respectively.
So for 2019, Fate, Thor, Petra, Vector, Volkov, no new weapon, 1v1 champion, Sandstorm, new events, none, new crossovers, Hellboy, Adventure Time, WWE, Steven Universe, highlights, crossplays live.
We already ranked this one, brother.
I know. Oh, okay. I'm just kind of, I'm trying to, why did I give it a 6 kind of thing. And then 17 plus 18, ton of new legends, Sidra, Zol, Kaya, Isaiah, Jiro, Linfei, Zariel, Rayman, Dusk, new weapon, Cannon, and Orb, BCX champion, LDZ, and Sandstorm, new events, Luck of the Brawl was added, crossover, Shovel Knight, Rayman, highlights, released on Mac, who the fuck plays on Mac? If you do, delete yourself. The Windows, PlayStation, BMG joins Ubisoft, Brawlhalla releases on Xbox and Switch, 7.5 from both of us. Now, on to the stuff we've not talked about. 2020, we got Onyx, which feels like yesterday. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Onyx, Jaeyoon, it's almost like we went through like a fucking pandemic or some shit. Onyx, Jaeyoon, makeup.
2 years.
So Onyx, really, really fun weapon combo. Cannon and Gauntlets. I feel like Onyx players, you really don't run into a bad one. And if it is a bad Onyx player, it's because it's a week like this week where it's the free legend and someone just picked up the game, or they are sweating their nutsacks off. Then Jaeyoon, absolute force to be reckoned with when he first came out. You don't really see him play it anymore.
For a month. For all of a month.
Mako unfortunately came in at a time where Greatsword had just gotten just double fisted to the ground. But design wise, lore wise, weapon wise, cool combo. Big ass slow weapon. Yeah, big ass slow weapon with the fastest weapon in the game, arguably. New weapon, Greatsword, of course. BCX champion, Sandstorm. Been saying that a lot. New events, anniversary, absolute fire event. Absolute fire event. One of the best colors.
Yeah. And dude, Party Bodvar is so swaggy.
And then the listen, I also talked about this in the past, but girls in like suits or dress shirt with a tie kind of gimmick.
Yep.
Listen, love it. So the Hotori skin, which is pretty much that, chef's kiss. Absolutely love it.
Primo.
Which I don't think that came out in the 2020 anniversary. I think it was next year. But
it was just Bodvar the first year.
But the event itself, fantastic. Crossovers, we got Tomb Raider. Personally, I don't give two shits about, but I totally understand why people would. And the cool thing is, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first crossover that comes with 2 skins, right?
First crossover that was like a bundle patch thing. Yeah.
I mean, it costs the same as anything else, but you get 2 different skins.
Yeah.
You get 2 bow skins, 2 blaster skins. Is there another crossover that does that?
No.
Oh. Well,
they should have done that with Kin and like when he released and just gave everyone that had Ryu it, but whatever, BMG. I don't work for you.
The Walking Dead crossover, pretty fire. it's funny because it was one of those things where it's like, I feel like something like Ben 10, people are kind of nostalgic for. Steven Universe is still pretty popular. WWE, nostalgia, everything kind of plays on those cards. Or it's something that's like absolutely just the company had a few extra bucks for advertising, like the Hellboy movie that came out that nobody watched. Like, hey, let's put Hellboy in this video game.
Yeah.
But
Walking
it feels
Dead.
weird because like The Walking Dead wasn't really being like it wasn't huge at the time. I don't know if like a new
No.
season was coming out. I'm pretty sure Negan wasn't in the show anymore. I'm pretty sure Daryl had left, and I'm pretty sure Rick was dead. But I don't know if maybe it was a fake death, or like the actor wanted to do something for a couple years instead of being on the show. I dropped the show around the time that Negan was introduced, but it felt weird.
Walking Dead is just like its story would imply. It doesn't die. It just keeps going, and it'll pop up in something randomly. I wouldn't be surprised if Burger King drops some promotional item this Halloween centered around The Walking Dead. Let's
Like,
be
it was-
quite honest.
It was like, was there even like a new season coming out or anything? I feel like it was just randomly placed there. It's like the fucking Godzilla Kong crossover that came into Modern Warfare Warzone for like, it was like a week-long event 2 years after the movie came out. What the fuck?
Was it maybe when like one of the spin-offs came out? Like the what was the spin-off show? I can't no, because that came out in like 2018. I don't know, man.
Oh, the anime? Yeah, that came out like 2018. But like it was specifically Kong versus Godzilla, which is a movie that came out.
No. I was talking about Walking Dead. Like, when's the last
Oh,
thing
I gotcha.
something
'Cause there
Walking
was,
Dead
like,
came out?
There was Fear the Walking Dead or something
Yeah,
like that.
Fear the Walking Dead. But that was like 2018, right? 2018, 2019, maybe? I don't know. And that probably didn't have Daryl or Negan or anything.
Mm-mm.
Anywho,
No, it was
yeah,
different
so
characters.
Ben 10 was probably like the highlight for the crossovers that year as far as like mass appeal goes in terms of Brawlhalla. And then highlights. Man.
Oh baby, the very first battle pass. I squealed like a girl whenever you, like I'm not talking any girl. I'm talking like a 3-year-old. Whenever I saw that they were adding a battle pass, because I'm microtransaction sucker over here. But
Oh yeah, you love battle passes so much you just buy all the tiers day one.
yes, well, not on like the first 3 battle passes, but I was so excited. Not only does it get bonus points for being the first, but also absolutely killer color scheme, absolutely killer skins. Like, ooh, it did nothing wrong. I loved it.
I think
Absolutely.
because like that was when I first started playing, and I think what was so great about that battle pass was that when it was announced, it was kind of like you didn't know what to expect. You didn't know what would be included. You know, you kind of figured, yeah, skins for some people, but you didn't consider they're gonna make a thematic weapon of each, or thematic skin for each weapon. They're not gonna make a universal color scheme that all legends in the future will get. You know, it's like that's a battle pass item that keeps on giving every time a new legend or skin comes out.
Yep.
So I think the fact that it was like, yes, we're getting a battle pass, that's cool. We finally made it as a free-to-play game because all successful free-to-play games have battle passes. But now it's like, what do we get with it? And they did not fail to deliver.
And then I'm going to skip over this next part for just a second. But then
Yeah.
Battle Pass 2, Synthwave in the same year. These are some heavy hitting fucking battle passes, dog. Like the
Dude.
last couple I've been fans of, but like these first two, just you couldn't miss them. They were the colors, just everything about them. My guy.
The Petra progression skin is one of the skins that people always ask. They're like, is there any way to get this back?
Yep.
Or any way to get this again? And it's
What
like,
was the
nope.
progressive skin? Oh, Val for Synthwave. Fantastic
Yeah, Val.
skin.
Val's really good, but you never see anyone use it ever.
Yeah, well, that's because Val has some of the best skins in the game.
Yeah, that's fair. And then the third highlight for 2020, mobile release, which I actually think is underappreciated as far as 2020 goes.
It was exciting for like a week, and like,
dude, there's still people that are playing mobile, man. Like,
oh, for sure.
And
I mean, I don't, but like,
no, I don't either. But the thing is, like, it was Combo Breaker. One of the commentators was like, yeah, I really don't play Brawlhalla much, but occasionally, like, you know, I'm getting my oil changed. Me and my brother were playing it, and it's like, he was like, oh, we'll boot up at the loop shop, and we'll play some Brawlhalla. He's like, I busted out my controller, synced it up to my phone, played some Brawlhalla while I was getting my oil changed. I'm like, dude, this is a guy that doesn't play Brawlhalla at all, and he's willingly playing it because he has it on his phone.
That is awesome, but it's cracking me up internally that you're more hype about mobile considering you have a fucking, like, Switch to go kit with, like, a little mini keyboard and everything. Like, you have an actual travel kit for Brawlhalla.
Yeah, but, like, I don't take that with me everywhere. And to be fair, yeah. I don't personally play Brawlhalla on my phone because, like, the only games I like on my phone are card games because, I don't know. I don't like touch controls.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lug a controller around. But there are people out there, man, who just grind it out, dude. It's insane. I don't know. What do you think? 2020. It was a shitty year for the rest of the world. How was it for Brawlhalla?
I'm also going to give a little bit of bonus points because it was during a pandemic that all this shit popped off.
2020, man, we had IGL, dude. We can't let that bias us.
I'm going to give 2020 Brawlhalla new weapon, Sandstorm anniversary event, crossovers is what's hitting it. I'm giving it an 8.75.
Come on, no, we're not going to 3/4. We're
come
going
on. I can't do. Ooh, all right, giving it an 8.5. But at the end of the day, all you watching or listening, just know
if it's a tiebreaker,
I wanted that extra 0.25.
I'm going with an 8, man.
The only thing holding it back is just the crossovers were kind of weak for me.
Yeah, the crossovers a little weak, and you don't see them very often. So that shows you that it's not just us that thinks it's a little weak. Writing this down really quick. Okay, 2021. New legends. We got Magyar, Reno, and Moonin. Magyar? Dude.
Dog shit.
Absolutely dog shit. Fantastic signatures as far as design goes.
And also best looking legend in the game. Probably the best base skin.
Yes,
because
I agree.
It has gradients all over it. Like, it almost, like if it wasn't for the contest we did with the drip, I probably never would have bought a skin for Magyar.
Yeah, no, the base skin.
Well, mainly because I don't play him, but because the base skin looks so sick.
You know, it's like you can't really fault the guy for having a great sword at a time where great sword was shitty, but he's just always got the short end of the stick, man.
Yeah.
Reno, I love Reno. Fantastic design, really fun weapon combo, and starting to get a little bit of love, man. Like,
yeah, I've noticed a lot more people playing Reno.
And it's probably
watching
the Boomy
Boomy
effect.
play Reno. Holy shit, my guy!
That'll make you, in and of itself, appreciate the legend.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to talk about a fucking letdown, Moonin, dude. The hype that was around Moonin, not from you, not from me, just from the community. People were stoked for Moonin. And then she fell flat. Absolutely flat.
Yep. I think a big thing is, I feel like Scythe players aren't bow players, and bow players aren't Scythe players.
Yep.
Now, that's a weird thing to say, but and blame it on. But also, the signatures are badass, but they all have so much startup time. They're all so slow.
Yeah.
Like, there's one for bow that's really good for edge guard, but even then, it's like they're kind of like Jay-Yoon. It's very hard to hit the signatures because they're so slow and
Dude,
so
Jay-Yoon's
predictable.
signatures are so hard to hit. Yeah, Moonin, we got 3 new legends, and Reno's the only one worth a damn, really. I mean, in my opinion. And if you probably looked at the play rates, it probably reflects that. Moonin's probably the highest, but that's just because Scythe. No new weapon in 2021. But what about this, dude? The Legend Dethroned. BCX.
Cody Travis popping off.
2021 champion Cody Travis in a year that we got Barraza Metadev.
Yep, that was the extra boost he needed.
You can't write this shit, dude. Absolutely phenomenal. Cody Travis dismantling Sandstorm, causing him to leave the community, not forever, but for one major. Yeah, it's super cool. You love to see an underdog story. No one really expected it, especially a Blasters player.
Is it an underdog story if he had won, like, hadn't he won, like, 2v2s the last, like, 3 years or 2 years or something? Like, Cody was always a good player, but...
Yeah, the writing was kind of on the wall leading up to it, because I think Cody performed really well at a tournament that Sandstorm didn't perform too well at, like, just prior to it. But, yeah, I'm not an esports fanatic. I don't recall that timeline.
It's just one of those things where, like, Sandstorm had a huge target on him, and all it took was one time for him to slip up.
Yeah, and then the downfall that was man came.
New event.
Hit me with it.
I was hoping we'd bounce off each other. Brawlhalla. Fantastic event.
Tell me an event that feels older than 1 year, 2 seasons now, than Brawlhalla. I would have sworn that Brawlhalla has been around for like 4 years.
Right? And the color scheme, it's one of my favorite types. It looks not that great on a lot of skins, but when you find the right one, it looks fantastic. You want Wu Shang with a pink beard, buddy, you fucking got it. It's clean. It's clean.
It is good.
And then the skins are great as well.
The skins are, I love the skins. They've really done those well. Crossovers, dude. You want to talk about the year for crossovers? This was the year for crossovers. Kung Fu Panda, Turtles, and Street Fighter.
Turtles, which we called.
You called. You called.
I called.
Well, to be fair, I let you have that one. I was like, I thought it as well.
Yeah, we had both put it on the list, but I said it first, and you're like, all right, I'll add this instead.
Yeah, so when we get Chinese New Year next year for the new seasonal event, we'll have to go back and have that disclaimer as well. That we both thought of it.
Do you think we'll ever get a Mortal Kombat crossover?
No. And I said that when we dude, it'd be so sick though. You'd have Sub-Zero fighting Ryu, Scorpion fighting Kin. Whew. Kung Fu Panda, an absolutely massive crossover. Probably one of the most popular, or more popular. Well, just because of the Mordex skin.
Yeah.
TMNT is just it checks all the boxes for generations, man.
Honestly, step back just a second. I feel like I run into Poe more than I do the Mordex skin. Tai Lung or whatever his name is.
Yeah, I would say it's probably equal for me.
And you know you're getting fucked up when you run into a Poe skin.
Who's the third one?
Tigress with Azuri.
Azuri, that's right. Never see those. TMNT, man, it checks all the boxes for everyone. It's nostalgic for us older crowd. It resonates well with the younger crowd because they still have Turtle stuff coming out. Dude, they just came out with a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles beat 'em up. It's like it's still relevant. And Street Fighter, like, you're taking the original fighting game and putting those characters into the biggest platform fighter. Like, it's perfect. It's just perfect.
I agree.
Whew. Highlights. Man, I'm getting tired. We've been going at it.
I know we're almost at an hour and a half.
I know.
Battle Pass 3, Jotun. Fantastic colors. Fantastic skins. Fantastic emotes. And then the best Tier 3 Battle Pass skin we've ever had.
Of course.
Bryn.
Of course it is.
Holy shit. I've got her right here. Let me pluck her off the wall. Right here in all her big titty boingo bazoingo glory here.
I look forward to seeing that on the video.
Fantastic. You don't listen to this podcast.
Seasonal ranked queue was introduced. First one was Kung Foot.
Yep.
Kung Foot, and then I think we also got, what was the second one that year? Brawl Ball.
Yep.
I think that was 20. Yeah, that was 2021 as well.
Where you just play, you'd play Volkov.
Kung
Spam
Foot
the
was
same
a
signal.
Volkov Lucian all day, baby.
Yep.
And then we also, and I think there's something to be made there out of seasonal ranked queue. I just don't think BMG's nailed down the formula yet.
I think Switchcraft was a good call. I wish it would have been
Strikeout.
Strikeout, but
Yeah,
oh well.
I think what they need to look at is making changes to game modes that make them more competitive.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. For instance, like Brawl Ball or Kung Foot, you could add like striking, like you can't cheat. You like strike legends.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they ever do strikeout, you pick your 3 legends, and then on the loading screen, it allows you to pick the order once you see their legends.
Yeah.
Like something like that. But yeah, I think if BMG makes a few tweaks, seasonal ranked queue is going to be phenomenal. And then we got Battle Pass 4, the Exalted Lion Battle Pass. Again, knocked it out of the park with colors. Phenomenal skins.
Might be the best colors.
I think they are the best Battle Pass colors. The Azoth skin, dude. The Queen Eye skin, dude.
Azoth.
Azoth.
Oh yeah, bro. The Queen Nye skin. So good. And then of course
so
the
good.
Diana skin is disgustingly good.
Those blasters are gross, man. I
And
love
we-
those blasters.
And we got Daddy Dilf Octavius Mordex.
The only non-furry Mordex. It's great, man.
True.
All right,
true.
hit me with a rating, Rocks. What you got?
All right, so let's think here. So Legends, I'm gonna have to give this one to 2020. No new weapon, but 2020 got great sword. Cody Travis came in. Brawlhalla, better skins than Anniversary, maybe not better color. Crossover 2021 absolutely crushed it. Mobile release versus seasonal rank queue. Battle Pass 3 and 4 versus 1 and 2. Buddy, this one is tough.
It's tough, but I have a very good reason for my rating. Are you still thinking?
Yeah, go ahead and hit me with your rating. I gotta think about it.
All right, I'm hitting it. I'm flipping the script. I'm giving it the 9.
I'm giving it an 8.5.
8.5 again. You couldn't
Yep.
make the decision between the two.
Oh, well,
Yes.
actually, the first one was supposed to be an 8.75, so in my mind it barely edged over. But I'm not going to call 2021 an 8. I'm definitely not calling it a 9.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That is fair. All right, so we got. All right, I got the total there. All right, in 2022, this is going to be a bit of a prediction. So far we have new
Arcadia.
legend, Arcadia. Whew, my babe, Arcadia. She's perfect. And then
Her
they had to go
alone,
like-
she could be the only legend that comes out. She beats 2021 and 2020.
Dude, she's the best legend we've had since probably... I would say Petra.
Probably.
Yeah, probably
Yeah,
Petra.
Petra.
Yeah, Arcadia alone, phenomenal legend. We don't know if we're getting a new weapon yet.
Yeah.
I don't think we will. I think a new weapon will come after BCX, but not this year. I think it'll come early next year. Not be available for winters, and then it'll be available in spring for actual tournament play.
No champion, no new events. Crossovers, G.I. Joe.
I think Boomy's gonna win this year.
Booby. I think Booby's gonna win.
Boomy's gonna win. Boomy's gonna win this year.
Booby gotta win.
No, I don't know.
And then Battle Pass, Galactic War, Enter the Feywild. Possibly.
You said G.I. Joe already, right, for crossovers?
Yeah, G.I. Joe. So, probably the weakest crossover we've ever had in our lives.
Yeah.
And then also, not that the last two Battle Passes have been bad, but holy shit, is it hard to beat the previous four.
Dude.
With not a whole lot going on with 2022 as of yet.
Galactic War was really solid. Forgetting that we got to Lance skins, but we got the best Onyx skin. And pretty good colors.
I'm going to take a gamble here.
And we're going to get a third battle pass, almost guaranteed. So first year with 3 battle passes.
Oh shit, you're right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a gamble here. I think they're going to learn that they need a good crossover other than fucking G.I. Joe that I'm sure nobody bought except like 6 guys. We're going to get new legends naturally. I think we might get a new weapon that might be legal for BCX. Maybe.
Ooh.
That's my prediction. But
Okay.
since there's a lot of unknowns here. And the fact that it's going to be 3 battle passes in 1 year, that's big. I'm going to guess, because we are going to BCX, this year is going to be a solid 9.5 out of 10.
He's going 9.5.
I'm going 9.5
Oh my
prediction.
goodness.
And then if Spank Cakes doesn't make it to BCX, it is a whopping 0 out of 10. My year will be ruined. Over
That's
2
fair.
days. Over a 2-day event.
All right. My rating is also contingent on either a new event, which I don't think we're going to get, or another legend of the caliber of Arcadia. If we get another legend that's original, great design, cool signatures, and something kind of unique, a little bit, game changing, not game changing necessarily, but adds some flair, like Arcadia did, I think it'll end up as a 9. So I'm calling 9 for that, possibly an 8.5. So here's what we got, Rox. From worst to best. The worst year, that, in our opinions, 2019 with a cumulative rating of 13.
Okay.
Followed by 2017 and 2018, cumulative rating of 15.
Okay.
Followed by 2020, 16.5. 2021, 17.5. And we're predicting 2022 as 18.5. So
It's
tell
gonna
me,
be a good
Rox,
year, hopefully.
Brawlhalla's on the up and up, and this game's not going away. Multiverses ain't gonna do shit. Brawlhalla's gonna keep on chugging.
Game's dead. It's only the most popular game. Like, listen, it's only the most popular game on Steam.
Get out of
Game's
here,
dead.
kids. Get out of here, kids. Yeah, I'm hopeful. I think this year is going to be a great year for Brawlhalla, man.
Whew, what a whopper of a podcast.
That was an episode. That's what we get for not recording for like 3 weeks.
I know.
All right, quick outro. So here's what we have coming up. Episode 30. We don't know who we're going to have as a guest.
We don't know. I've not made the fake announcement video yet, but keep an eye on it.
I think I do know who I want it to be, and I've mentioned this person to Rox before. We just got to discuss. I think it's a good move, but we'll see. We got that coming up. Our Discord. People are starting to talk more, and I'm loving it. We got Nova hanging out, Mio hanging out. Zessie's been playing more Brawlhalla. We've had a couple of nights where like we've gotten some 2v2s, some free-for-all lobbies going. We'll hop into custom and beat up some people in crew battles, make kids quit. It's great. So join our Discord. Its link is in the description. And also make sure you complete Barendipitous' survey. We would appreciate it. He would appreciate it. The community would appreciate it. Got any closing thoughts, Rox?
Not a one. Hit us with that outro.
That was it, man. I just did it.
You don't have a better like? Thanks for watching.
Yes, man.
Do a little jig. Do a little dance.
Do a little jig. Do a little jig. In my Malort shirt. Wearing my Malort shirt that I got in Omaha. All right.
Check out our sponsor. It's nobody.
Malort.
All right. Fare ye well.
Thanks for tuning in to episode 29 of the Gravity Cancel podcast. This is Sergeant Spake Cakes. He is Rox. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.
Mic drop.
Mic drop.